Beautiful. Beautiful looking piece of shit, right? So, gangbanger robbery. I've gotten into a position where I can do that very consistently. At the cost of it happening way too many times for my comfort. Actually, let's go for a drive. Casual drive when the vehicle that will always direct your ass to Rebel Radio. So, like most random streams that aren't related to the mandatory DBD stream on Mondays, I was just casually playing, and then I was just casually yapping to myself and said, I'm a stream, why the hell not? And thus, that's what we're doing. As when me's doing the gangbang of robbery, I was just casually yapping about gangbang of robbery. I do not like it, even though I have the strats down perfectly. And the only real thing you have to know is that you get King Tiny into your getaway vehicle, beeline straight to the sewers, take the reverse route that Franklin and the others took during the jewelry store heist. Doesn't matter which approach. Take that route, go to LSIA, drop off King Tiny to the helicopter, we'll get him out the city. Then he'll give you the location of a good car that you gotta sell to Yusuf, or salvage it. You can if you want. It's not a crime to be a fucking idiot. But anyways, you get the location, you go over there, and you die. I'm not even trying to be funny, there's literally no other way you can bypass that shit. You're in the worst position possible if you show up to that place. And Jamal knows it. You're going into gang territory dressed as an officer. You have a sign on your ass that says, "Kick me." I wasn't really paying attention since I had the interaction menu up. Still. In the position near the basically second half or near the end of the gangbanger robbery, you will die. And I'm going to engrave that into your mind. When you get to the part of the gangbanger robbery where you have to go to the location where the car is at, which is guarded by gang members, you are going to die at least once. You're gonna fucking die. There's no way around it. It's also why I don't really like the gangbanger robbery all that much. Not only is it repetitive, but you're always going to die at least once. Also, the meta of going into the sewers, if and for any oddly specific reason your car gets fucked over, stuck borderline fucking stuck to the point where not even the atomizer can help you. You can't even walk King Tiny out of the sewers because his pathfinding doesn't work down there. So it's a lose-lose situation that requires you just reset. And yes, that was indeed an oddly specific event that happened to me when I was doing that shit. That, in addition to the fact that you will always die when recovering the car, the game ill-equips you with just a battle rifle, tear gas essentially, and an assault shotgun. None of them are good weapons. The gang members are so packed close together that they can easily just mow you down as if they were all carrying miniguns. You will fucking die. This in addition to the fact that you can just accidentally soft lock yourself, and one of the best ways to lose the officers going underground, literally. Bad. Also, you're not a real GTA Online player unless you hit these. Every time. You're safe from traffic and they make a satisfying sound. As for why I might be the most hated figure in all of GTA, the entire community, probably GTA 6, even though it's not really looking all that good. Make your jokes now. Especially when you get into GTA 6, which if that shit is priced at $100, you're better off just not buying it. It is basically the exact same as Pokopia, another overpriced game that I swear to God is not worth it, even if you needed it to save your life. Even if someone was holding a family member hostage and they said you had to buy them GTA 6, what's going to happen is that you're going to buy them the game and then they'll kill you, ill the person they were holding ransom anyways. Just like if that was the exact situation that was happening if they were selling Pokopia, which was a game that was basically hyped up as the best shit on Twitter, which automatically means some pretty stupid shit. It's like if Mashable says the smart or pretty cool product. Pretty cool bananas. As for why I'm ultimately talking about this, and why I'm pretty much assigned this to the stream, is that I have the makings of someone who will be hated by everyone who has ever played GTA. Even more than Trevor's voice actor, who doesn't really respect who ultimately Stephen Ogg doesn't really respect the idea of gaming, and people constantly make jokes that he himself is actually Trevor Phillips when he just wants recognition for the other shit he was in, like The Walking Dead. And everything I've seen it's just looked at in a way that makes it seem like the community is ultimately in the wrong. Who cares if it's the most successful game ever? The voice actors are still real people. I just immediately realized that the situation with Stephen Ogg, how the fucking Genshin Impact community is so hateful to their own voice actors. Some of them, most of them. No different to the Stephen Ogg shit. In fact, if anything, Genshin Impact is basically a spiritual successor to all of that shit going on with the dude, who just wants recognition for his other projects. The other stuff he does. And most of the insults are saying, bro, he is literally acting like the character. He is going against his word, and yes, it could be an... I don't really have a smart defense for that. My point is... I don't know what I'm saying. He is indeed a voice actor. Might be out of touch, but that's it. As for what Rockstar could do with Trevor's character, since getting a different voice actor would be way too damn obvious, and a lot of people would hate it since a lot of people sincerely believe that Trevor Phillips is amazingly well-written character, and the fact that his own voice actor doesn't respect it, well, he's basically committing blasphemy. What Rockstar could basically do as a definitive answer to the ending of Trevor Phillips is that he's batshit insane. And in either of the two endings where he's alive, B or C, if he ultimately decides to do his own thing, separate himself from reality, I could probably see someone like Trevor, as insane as he is, find a way to get himself killed, in one way or another. Dark Viper says relatively the same thing. He doesn't word it exactly like how I do. It was a question of what would happen if Michael and Trevor never met. Referring to if they never met in general. He stated that Michael and Trevor were basically a perfect duo that easily reflected one another. That's why Michael becomes a successful criminal. Had it not been for Trevor, Michael probably wouldn't have been as successful and would probably be in prison a lot more, or dead potentially. Trevor, not much about his crazy personality and tendencies change really. He ultimately is the one that does the one who plans the Mayweather heist. The heist that is eventually we realize this didn't really lead anywhere. Because the thing that Trevor refused to tell us is that we were stealing a super weapon that we were planning to sell to the Chinese. Something that would put us on every watch list on the entire planet. An exaggeration that Lester makes. So an exaggeration basically made to point out the fact that this is a big no-no. If you touch this would be a really bad thing. In fact, you're practically a terrorist. So what do? we can put it back so none of us will have to die. Michael, upon realizing what the thing Trevor wanted them to steal was a super weapon, is obviously like, holy shit. Franklin is also in that realization, but is kind of upset that... So this entire thing was for nothing. This is the hood all over again. His exact words. Slightly different mannerism because obviously I'm white as fuck. And Trevor is very salty. The thing he planned turned out to be something that could realistically get everyone involved, which was just the three protagonists, killed. And when I played for that, I legitimately thought, oh my god, everything in this game is going to be significantly harder going forward since we're all basically on a watch list.
I was starting to worry that you had forgotten me.
Or potentially be on a watch list.
Slap Jamal. You come through and deliver the goods. What is it this time? No, don't tell me. I want this one to be a surprise. And I want the next one to be a surprise very soon. Keep it real. Keep it real, baby. Baby, keep it real.
He's weird. Funny. So basically, story arc. After discovering Michael is still alive, Trevor basically demands a big fucking score. And then you get to go back to your family. The score in question was obviously Union Depository, which Michael mentions as a means to hopefully satisfy Trevor.
I'll bring it to you.
Look, this was what I pulled. Aztec, a tiny Aztec statue. We're going to give this to Mountain Madrazo so he leaves us the hell alone. Trevor didn't like that because he just wanted the end part of it out of a score, the money. You still owe me, Michael. You're gonna give me a fucking score. Well, what about this? Union Depository.
Calling the cops.
A super bank that is mentioned as early as the first real mission in the game, Franklin Lamar, where Lamar ends up driving through the Union Depository parking lot, and Franklin addresses this. You taking us through that super bank? Oh, Union Depository. You mean that super bank? When the big score is being in the progress of being planned, Lester gives a definitive backstory. Him, Michael, and Trevor, what we're gonna do. Back in the day, it was just the three of us. And Brad, the afterthought.
No way.
The three of us. And Brad, I guess. Always dreaming of one thing. The big one. The Union Depository. Millions upon thousands. Basically $2 billion more. Maybe more. Most certainly more. Of gold. Thousands upon potentially millions of gold was kept safe for Uncle Sam. Bombing the place would result in us being one of the most what would involve all of us being some of the most wanted individuals in America if we live to tell the tale and get caught. This is the type of thing that would have us hunted down for the rest of our lives if we get caught. Now, ultimately, near the end of the game, we do the Union Depository. We don't get the gold until the very end of the game, where Devin Weston shows up at Franklin's house to give him the big decision. Either kill Trevor, kill Michael, or try to find a way to save both of them while potentially having everyone in the stake falling up their ass. Bye. I got way too off topic. Further proof that I will most likely never do a series of live streams where I play through the GTA 5 campaign. The campaign of a game has been out for 13 years and has been milked dry, essentially. I don't hate Rockstar for their business strategy. In fact, it has to be fucking amazing to rarely release a game and be in a position where they don't have to release another game. Since the game they made was so damn good that people would be preoccupied with what they got. Mostly to online. Apparently the campaign is already completed, which I'm just gonna say it right now, nobody gives a single fuck about the campaign. They're just here for the online and potentially the LP servers that I probably wouldn't even touch because I would most likely just beeline to the idea of GTA Online 2, a direct continuation of everything we got, and maybe, and I know damn well that this is an extremely tall order. Jesus. But also potentially have the ability to have two cities, Man vs. Machine reference, two cities that you can just, two cities that you can activate your operations through, as well as actively play on through the GTA Online 2, theoretically. So both operations will actively be held. Even though I feel like the most likely answer is through... Actually, I already have a bit of an answer, but I'm just gonna keep it secret because it's something to do with a series of contact missions that, if I'm going to continue the topic of the future of our online character, then obviously I'm going to have to refer to that series of contact missions. A lot has already been said, most of it speculated. So maybe, if possible, rush through those missions so you can get a better understanding. Or carry out your business as usual and flaunt the fact that you're making millions upon millions of dollars from multiple different operations going on simultaneously. There's that too, if you want to be a dick. That is a stakeout call right there.
These gringos don't know what work is. No doubt.
I'm literally working. Yeah, and almost all the drop-off locations for the cell mission, there are multiple, and by multiple I mean 3, places you can stash your acid. You're better off doing it in a secluded area so you don't immediately attract the police. Since some of the areas do have policemen there. The most obvious of which being the most obvious call ever used for a stakeout ever. Which is basically when policemen just lie low in an area that they suspect is used for criminal activity. Oh, you were asking about the stakeout perk in Dead by Daylight? Well, it's a survivor perk belonging to Detective David Tapp from Saw License. When staying in the killer's terror radius for a certain period of time, you collect a token. And for each token, you can guarantee a great skill check by landing a good one. Much like the actual act of doing a stakeout. Members of the law staying secretly hanging out in an area that they suspect is used for crime. Example, literally what we are doing right now. So you gotta be secretive. Hide that shit right here. At that moment, I realized that I'd never really said anything to prove my initial statement that I might become the most hated figure in all of GTA, even more than Stephen Ogg. And that is because if there's one thing you should never have online, it's an opinion. Even in fandoms, if the opinion is tailored to the thing itself, if you have a fucking opinion, then you're going to be ostracized. Say, you don't really like the series because you like this one aspect that almost everyone hates. It has been true since the dawn of time. Like political parties, some fandoms tend to be echo chambers. Which by proxy means no child should be a part of a fandom. Just like how no child should be a part of a political party, because it just turns into an unhealthy echo chamber that will most likely have a negative impact on their life going forward. That shit isn't healthy. And I absolutely said something like this. Absolutely, or definitely, not just in one of my videos, but specifically in one of the 2 videos where I exposed Brunels for exposing DeviantArt to make obvious scams. Scams so obvious that it's legitimately comical. For the sake of saying Trump bad. You retarded if you like Trump. Not the exact nomenclature, but I guarantee both my testicles that someone actually used that nomenclature, or have at least implied it. In fact, I want to take your balls because I actually know someone who pretty much inferred that. A cringe-ass meme. Dumbledore asked Calm. The biggest man-child, the biggest liberal man-child I have ever seen. Who somehow in every single message he makes tries to insult Lexington Evil. A random guy who did the impossible task of pointing out, hey, this guy's full of shit. Why? Because he claims blackwashing is good and people who don't like it are racist. So, literally the pedophile strat of, why do you like that shit? You're not supposed to like that. That makes you a creep. For obviously, friendly fire will not be tolerated. But in their case, they're doing friendly fire as a means to say, hey, I'm not perverted. I have a picture of this guy's butthole. He's the weirdo. No correlation. I just had to point out that those were words uttered by a human being. That was a real claim by a human being. If I'm weird, why do I have a picture of this person's butthole? That was said by a real human being. But you could probably infer, because I assume everyone in my audience is a college graduate, a Harvard graduate student, which means A, you will not shut the fuck up about being a Harvard graduate, and B, you're smarter than me, which is going to be a net positive because you're at least 50% smarter than me. That's a given. I have half the intelligence of a man. We've lost the fucking plot. And then I immediately remember what the plot was. Echo chambers. Then it became about two assholes that I've talked about on my YouTube channel. One of them twice. And I may or may not have plans about talking about how the ultra-liberal a second time, simply because, like everything in this pile of piss we call life, it gets worse. Significantly fucking worse. Which not only means more work for me, but also less free time for me. Which also means I am a lazy fuck. Why? My life hard. How's my post office doing? I kind of thought I wouldn't be able to enter because there's a car on the way. I really need to get back on track, and I'm going to do that. What would be the end-all, be-all opinion that I would have that would result in people actively making sure I am nowhere near GTA? Like, they would beg Rockstar to IP ban me from their games simply because I dared make such a shit claim to them. Well, it's two of them. One of them I consider to be more drastic than the other. The first, less drastic one, and the two opinions that I believe will be the ones I would go to if I sincerely wanted to be the hated individual that I sincerely believe I'm going to become. I like the Fooligans. The individuals that we got because Stephen Ogg refused to associate him to reprise his role as Trevor Phillips because he knows damn well that would be the only thing people will recognize him for. He knows that would be the only thing that people actually give a shit about. And he's already tired of that shit. So in exchange, they made a group of individuals known as the Fooligans. Goofy-eyed individuals who you would first encounter at Trevor's old meth lab. Ron calls you to go there because people were trying to take it over, otherwise known as the last bits of identity to Ron and Chef. Chef was also in the scene and he was unconscious. The Fooligans themselves are wacko druggies that I just did work for, selling acid. They have enemies of the Lost MC and hipsters. And throughout the missions, I consider them to be very fun. You're with random goofy odd drug people that constantly talk about anal. And you just along for the ride. Also, upon completion of all the first dose missions, you get the Brigade 4x4, which can be renovated into an acid lab. Which is why you should never purchase the Brigade 4x4. Yes, it's a good vehicle, but you can literally get it for free. And have an acid lab inside of it. And have one of the best solo businesses in the entire game. Then you go back, campaign doubles itself, and you get the last dose missions. Lab Rat, their resident drug maker, gets kidnapped. You gotta find out who it is. Then you realize, oh my god, it's Isaiah Friedlander from the campaign. He wants to use Lab Rat to make a specialized drug that for meditation, relaxation shit. That was a massive lag spike. And sell it to South America. Almost none of the Fooligans want anything to do with this. Even though, near the beginning, they just want Lab Rat back. Which we do get, and now it becomes personal. You're not gonna sell your shit version of our drug. You're not gonna sell a crappy version of our acid. We go to his house, and then we get high, we fight our own illusions. The second trip in this mission lineup, and the first dose mission, you take acid as a part of your proper initiation. And on the final last dose mission, you actively post up to Isaiah Friedlander transporting his acid to South America, only for him to skydive and parachute out of the plane anyways, with some of the remaining drugs that were absolutely sold to South America anyways. The drugs in the remaining plane were landed, put into a truck, and then we went back to the freak shop. My map doesn't have any blips, so I can't really show it. Or maybe it does, and I'll just have to be quick. No, it doesn't. But it's right here, around this area. Probably. I absolutely got it wrong, but basically... the end of the Fooligan campaign just sees you and the rest of the Fooligans making off with basically a year's worth of drugs. And overall, I really liked the campaign and the characters. I found them humorous. Stupid humor. Didn't really care all that much for their repeated mannerisms. All I really cared for was the fact that Acid Lab. Obviously, my knowing damn well that the Acid Lab is one of the best solo businesses in the game, and I am absolutely a solo player, that probably persuaded my opinion to where it would be positive. But still, I thought it was pretty damn entertaining. See Daz, the leader of the Fooligans, this dude, just casually pull out a rocket launcher on Lab Rat because he's so fucked up that he's just awkwardly standing still, convinced that if he moves, the world is going to end. And then Daz's solution is to just threaten to shoot a rocket at him. He does actually fire the rocket, and Lab Rat does dodge out of the way. I know damn well that a lot of people found the characters annoying, as well as the entire update itself a complete fucking failure. But the Acid Lab to this day still remains some of the best solo businesses you can have. As well as some of the best businesses in general, because solo friendly is an extremely attractive quirk to have. The Acid Lab is objectively one of the best businesses in the game, and solo friendly. Although most of you do probably have friends, the fact that you can do it on your own, just inherently, by yourself, that's an extremely attractive perk to have. Why the hell else do people consider the fucking Cayo Perico heist to be the only way to make money? And I do actually mean that, by the way. Some GTA Online members, I don't really care to name drop them because I don't care, and also I don't really even recall the names, but basically they say, oh, I need money. I'm gonna do the Cayo Perico heist. And even though it has a lengthy cooldown because Rockstar knows that, because Rockstar have nerfed the game to the ground and it is still objectively the best way to make money. My hatred in that is that, and this might as well be the third reason, when I said I had two opinions that I thought people would hate me for, I lied, it's actually three, and it's that Cayo Perico is not the only way to make money. And even though people will probably know this, that doesn't stop them from acting like it's the only way to make money. Oh, I need money. Gotta pay El Rubio a visit. It's just routine shit that the community has fully embraced, where I haven't. If I can get called a tourist for saying that Claire from Resident Evil 2 Remake was perfectly fine and wasn't complete dog shit and wasn't basically a Nazi like how everyone was making her out to be, then I can get the exact same treatment by saying you can make money outside of the Cayo Perico heist. And also somehow have a biased AI. AI inherently isn't supposed to be biased. So when they whipped out Grok, which is very pathetic, boo, I absolutely won that argument just because you brought up Grok. They agreed, saying I was the asshole because I wasn't going to play a game with tank controls. An old game from forever ago of tank controls.
I'll get there as soon
Simply
as I can.
because I just didn't feel like it. I have the remake. A lot of people like the remake, including myself.
Morse Mutual Insurance, how can we help you?
And it doesn't make or break the experience. My throat is dry like a motherfucker, so I gotta drink off the side. So. I did buy the Garnet Factory for this character, by the way. The reason being because I'm so ridiculously close to getting the Garnet Factory tier 4 for my second character. All I need to do is just wait for the Garnet Factory itself to generate enough money for me to get a Platinum Award. If I basically got it, then I might as well do it on another character since I can do it basically consistently.
That's a successful
Consistently,
sale.
I mean twice. More times if I want to have more characters, because back in the day you could have 5 characters. Now it's just 2. I tend to dick around with character creators in video games a lot. So, yes, I want to have more characters that I can create and dick around with. Act like I'm playing as multiple criminals, all operating in Los Santos. I even have a second PlayStation account. Hell, even the PlayStation 4 version of the game, the one that I discovered the hard way, doesn't actually have the $4 million head start. Someone else is here, let's go gambling.
Feeling lucky?
Hey,
Bets, please.
fuck you. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna. Oh shit. How did you know blackjack was my favorite game to gamble on?
Bets are closed. Best of luck. It's 11. That will be 10. What do you say? Card? We have a 21. 18. Well done. Thank you very much for playing.
If you will.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. Look up big win in the dictionary. You know what I said earlier about the potential how ETA Online 2 could work? We might as well. But even though this is going to end extremely quickly, I might as well just throw it out there. The answer to end all answers. Why I would be the most hated person in all of GTA. The definitive answer that would result in me just being harassed, doxxed, and even sent death threats. Hell, even potentially swatted. I liked GTA 4's Lost and the Damned. Anyways, I've ignored this guy for long enough. Why you want to talk to me through goddamn PayPal things?
It's me. It's Avi. No, don't talk. That's not important. Just listen. You're being watched. Everything you do. They're everywhere. Everywhere.
I have one person in chat, so...
Those driverless taxis. You must have seen them. Autonomous cars. Autonomous. Drive freaking snitchmobiles. The whole company is basically an FIB field office. I can prove it. 24/7 on-street mobile surveillance. Look around. I bet there's one there right now.
Oh, how convenient.
We have to use payphones.
And somehow I
the only
didn't...
thing they don't bother to monitor anymore. In the interest of self-preservation, we need to do something fast. And if self-preservation isn't enough, whatever we can get out of this, you can keep. I don't need the money. I need the truth. If you're in, I'll call again soon.
I do need the money.
Don't get in one of those things. And don't call back.
That was actually the very first time I saw one of those things in the wild. And it was an automated... And it was an automated... Oh, another one. That was the first time I actually saw those driverless taxis. And it was in a scripted cutscene. As for the fact that I like the GTA 4 Lost in the Damned campaign, DLC, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I feel like that statement alone, with how it's objectively true that everyone just hates that and would rather play through the Ballad of Gay Tony I feel like the idea of which DLC campaign is better is clearly obvious. So I don't really need to elaborate. That alone would probably get me ostracized. And we're going into a mission. I was anticipating another awkward cutscene. My voice chat is disabled by default now. Is it just because I was in a mission?
Is that you? Okay, these driverless taxis have got a big PR campaign going, so we need to hit them where it hurts. Right in the bad publicity. Ruined rep, no funding. No funding, no surveillance. No surveillance, no dirt on you. First, you gotta break into the No Way Depot. Take control of their cars and wreak havoc. Destroy their billboards, crash, wreck their cars, make a scene. Then get the hell out of there. Total carnage all over Snapmatic. You do it right, their stock price will tank by sundown. I'll pay you, I'll pay. Got a trunk of unmarked cash. Untraceable, I promise. Just go, go, go.
Paranoid people always pay well, so why doubt him? So I refuse to elaborate on why I liked the Lost in the Damned DLC, since I sincerely believe the contrast for the two DLCs speak for itself. People don't like it. They don't like them green eggs and ham, Sam I am. Hammer! Panic button. Oh my god, these people are mute. We're not so different after all. This is a shit gun. Money! 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 Do you know who I am? I'm gonna keep going around the corpses and collecting money. Fuck you in particular. We're entering the future.
Hey, can you hear me? Am I coming through? Let's take this surveillance ring down for good. Destroy their advertisements, drive like crazy. I want...
I feel the need to point out that we are potentially killing these people.
Hashtag no way is trending.
Apparently, I have a wanted, apparently I have a wanted level.
It's happening. We're going viral. Videos are popping up all over social media, and No Way's Bleeder, it's blowing up. I'm watching this stock plummet, and oh, it feels good.
Ooh, cash reward. I'm using a different pod. Obviously, the cash reward is attractive, but the first person mode. GTA was never a game intended for first person mode. We somehow got the radio up in here.
Shit! What the fuck?
Wanna listen to some tunes? Dumb Clanko.
I just saw one of the cars getting wrecked on Snapmatic. That was you, wasn't it? Oh, you.
Oh, me. I have way too much to talk about, and it's just mostly just shit to hopefully get the record straight. Shit like this, driverless taxis that were absolutely being AI controlled or some shit. Stuff like this obviously shouldn't exist IRL, since yes, our AI is developed, but it's also not developed. The AI bro videos, fucking Fruit Love Island. First of all, if you watch that, I'm better than you. I'm just inherently better than you. If you actually watch that shit. But basically, the AI used for those shit videos are really, really early models. So the AI they're bragging about is extremely early days AI. Like, looking like Grok -1. Also, thanks to first person, this kind of looks like an entirely different area. I know for a fact that that building was under construction for a decent amount of time. How the hell do we destroy the billboard in this tiny ass car? Is there a dadgum ramp? I don't even feel like making any jokes about that. That was just too much of a loss. It's just too much of an L on my part. And I already knew the answer. A resounding fuck yes. Also, the test pods. People would absolutely use that for malicious intent. Otherwise known as what I'm currently doing. Isn't it kind of weird that it's only now I'm actually seeing the no way advertisement shit? I can't turn the camera in here, but I'm pretty sure the destruction was epic. Least obvious ramp placement. I take pride in my inability to drive over a curb. The icon can't rotate. I make AI chatbots. I'm engaging in something that I feel like if the AI was just used for this, and you're like me and you're someone who keeps it in your pants, You're able to explore your sexuality in the privacy of your own bedroom or your entire house if you live alone. I'm able to do that. In fact, it's one of my best strengths as a human being. Since the other car was extremely close to it, I might as well just use that. That's the exit. I'm still holding a hammer. In Vice City, I would have been shot dead. Shut up. As for the taxis that we used, it's simple. Water.
All right, go out on a hop and destroy your no-way car. Deep water, gas explosion, however you do it, just make it spectacular.
That did a significant amount of damage. And I do have a wanted level. It's probably tied to the car. People wondering what the fuck is happening. A rogue driverless taxi. We're dealing with our first non-human threat since Clifford. If I know what I'm doing, I potentially get both of these in one go. Assuming the vehicle just immediately fucking explodes. The police are holding off on shooting at me because there's nothing to shoot at. It does explode on contact. And just like that, I killed two birds with one stone. That tends to happen.
In the trunk of a car. When you get there, wait for my call.
Another conveniently placed ramp. And would you look at that? Another fucking conveniently placed ramp. I want my Flower FM on. Realistically, they would have no idea it's me. But obviously, this is a video game. A murder from across the map could happen, and you'd still get a wanted level. You could be a part of an area where something bad happens. Wanted level shows up, you weren't directly a part of it, but you were in the area, so the police kill you. Like the government in Half-Life 1, where the decision, rather than to save the scientists, is to just kill everyone involved. That's why you gotta kill government contracted soldiers in addition to aliens. Explicitly referring to the first game where it's basically a harrowing escape from death. Nice.
Hear that? That's the sound of No Way's PR department.
Kinda sounded like Ron
imploding.
for a moment.
Beautiful.
And that was it. Also, I don't have a portable payphone. My God, doing a plur. I cannot be the only one who caught that. You got caught lacking. I'm too deep now, even though my eyes hurt and my eyes want me to go to sleep. Since my PlayStation time is all fucked up and it's probably 9 or 10 in the afternoon. I'm too invested in this, so I might as well. There's a mission. And $1 million. On $5 million. If you only want to communicate to me via payphone, how come you still use the phone to engage with me during the missions? Business battles tend to be an aggressive piece of shit. And it's technically intended. Most contact missions, most groups of contact missions, minus lowriders for some reason, is a series of 6 missions. Am I going to sell more counterfeit cash since it is the double week? I'm probably doing so much shit that is going to get to the point where it has to acquire multiple vehicles, which we all know is very, very bad, especially a dump truck.
Best viewers asterisk asterisk asterisk.
So apparently not a real doctor, but he was able to basically give us a lobotomy. But what else did he do to me? What else did Philo do to me?
Hey,
Like
is
when I
that
woke
you?
up, my butt was a little sore.
No way's panicking. PR disaster of the century.
No
So
shit.
now they're
That tends to
hiring
happen.
thugs to sabotage the competition. I heard they're planning to destroy the downtown cab company's fleet. This is our chance to get some insider intel. I got you on the squad. Experienced getaway driver, strong team player, exceptional verbal communication. You want to protect your constitutional right to an unchecked criminal enterprise?
Sure.
Then gain their trust and find out where their data center is. Learn what No Way's planning next. Your new colleague is waiting for you. Just stay with them, stay undercover, and, stay alive.
You really think No Way is going to bring in people that are trying to kill me? The mercenary outfit description just answered my question for me. But still, Philo FM. So we're doing a taxi war basically.
Hey, you the driver? No, don't tell me your name. Too many new people. Come on, we got a job. I call shotgun.
I was going to say there's only 2 seats in the entire car. It looked like
I just
it.
met the guy running the show. He's freaking FIB. I've never worked for the fucking feds before. Anyway, this job, it's simple. In and out. So you better be a fast driver. Could have got a No Ways to drive there and back. You know, I heard the guys say those cars can access your pester account. Crazy, right? My fiancée Lagarca said not to overthink it and keep sending her money. She's the best. Okay, I'm going in. Head to the parking lot. Keep the engine running. You hear the cops? Signal me.
Old-fashioned getaway driver.
Everybody keep your heads down. Keep cool. I'm not here to hurt nobody. You're gonna want to clear the area around those taxis. Shit! Ready for this?
Alright, I'm a double agent.
Let's go.
I was never here. Dinner is served.
You got family in the taxi business? Saw a license in there. It's a lot like you. Okay, take us to those coordinates. We'll check in with our handler, get our next job, and then, watch what you say around. The whole Fed thing, the guy's probably wired up like a fucking no-way car.
We didn't even get that far off the ground. Look, we're fine, minus the 2 windows.
Did you hear about that no-way car going rogue? The guys say it was sabotage.
You're probably working with the early stages of AI. It's less surprising the more you look into it and think about it. How am I doing?
Okay, here we are. Our handler should be inside. Pay attention. He'll brief you on what's next. And if anyone asks, I'm on a break.
Gather round. Come on. Okay, ladies, change of plan. I'm sure you all heard about the attack on the No Way Depot. From this point forward, sensitive data is now under 24-hour protection. We are the protection. I'm dropping the location of the data center now. Keeping that site safe is your #1 priority. So take a break, kit up, and be ready to move out.
I'm sorry, what?
Hello, sir? Yes, sir. What? We've been infiltrated? The new hire's a mole! Take him out!
It won't let me collect the gun for some reason. Oh, wait. So the gun, so shotgun was just there for ammo, some shit. I got a powerful room cleaner. Don't mess with me. Ow. I respawned in the bathroom, by the way. I have never seen such a perfect stop in my life. I'm fast as fuck, boy. You have any idea how fast I really am?
If there's been a security breach, nobody's getting out of the facility. You should leave now.
You're slow.
FIB! Drop your weapon! We need a medic! This is the FIB! Give up now!
I don't care. Hey, special bonuses were not my favorite vibe. Like being basically indestructible. They discovered my weakness. Bitch blockades. Oh, I mean, I don't know what I mean. The YouTube re-release will objectively get even more. Watch this. I need to get a better angle. Watch this. Goddamn fucking flanker. Bruh. Weakest bruh of my life. That was so bad that the TV turned off. Watch this. They all have the same comm model. I don't know, you fucked me over this time. Hey, can we get a tank here?
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot.
Why did I even ask?
I'll bring it by. I'll get back to it then.
It sounds like, it looks like the word futanai. It looks like Fudo, which stands for Fudanari, which stands for girl dick. It's this bitch-ass car that took damn near an eternity for me to find for some reason. And when I did, I was pretty much filled with jubilation. Someone requested I make a Korean Futa girl, and I did.
You got the data? I'll study up and see what I can find. You make a great double agent. Worrying.
Might not have enough time to these missions. It's 10. Have school to do. I'm a Gold ship replaced specs echelon. Everyone, including me, thinks about hearing of Uma Musume.
MMI, we expect
That crazy ass horse girl who actually promotes the game. Rather than the character that just happens to be significant to anime or story.
You're through to your garage. You, need me to bring you a ride?
Best game of 2025. That's not Flylo FM, but I fuck with it anyways. The taxi war continues. A lowdown.
That data you recovered, it had the next step in No Way's bullshit takeover all mapped out. Trains! It's self-driving trains! Do you know how many LS criminals operate underground? Fuck! If you don't want them tracking your every deal, we gotta stop them tapping the tunnels. Listen, there's a head No Way's engineer setting up surveillance right under your feet. Get down there, grab the next train, and we'll send it back to block the track. Then, when his train's stuck, raid it. Take him for everything he's got. Equipment, IDs, passwords. Just stop him setting up the grid. Quick!
So we're preventing AI from assisting police to help us track our criminal activity. I don't know why that was the thing I don't know why that was the conclusion I ended up getting to, but still. We're fighting the good, honest fight against AI, so that's something most people would do, willingly.
No entry.
Do you know who I am? 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 I'm not doing the stupid only plays joke anymore. I had a lot of fun with it, and that's the exact fun that you didn't have because we have very different senses of humor. I let out an audible giggle when my man just punched him in the balls. That just goes to show that, objectively, I am mentally unwell. And somehow I know exactly how to do the Volt Labs thing.
Bing bong. Next stop is this on? Am I coming through? I always wanted to be an announcement guy. My AI therapist told me I have a very soothing tone. And listen, now that you've hacked me in, I'm taking control of the car. We're gonna block the tunnel, force the train the engineer's working on to come to a dead stop. That's where you come in. Bing bong, me again. Okay, this is the spot. Looks like the engineer's en route, so when his train stops, jump on board and go straight for his briefcase. That's where the good shit's gonna be. Trust me. Just remember, this guy's precious. You can bet he's gonna have security. But I know you can handle them easy.
Against self-driving automobiles, which is inherently AI, yet he admits verbatim that he had an AI therapist. No shit. Ow. He shot my dick. Revolver. Do you know who I am? Bikes. Oh damn, I don't even need guns. What? It's like I'm playing Pizza Tower. Bun's dead. I'm too lazy to pull out my phone and play It's Pizza Time, so I'm probably going to do post-edit just for the funsies, for the fun of it. Pray to God that I have a smooth, clean break. My man did a backflip. They each have money. Take it. Probably could have just whacked them, but who cares? Pretend it's playing. You could potentially do a loop-de-loop in one of these. I'm not going to, but you could. Fuck you and protect your world. That was fun for about 30 seconds. Because it lasted for about 30 seconds. And the game refuses to tell me what type of bike this is, because in all seriousness, this is somehow crazier than my Hakusho drag. And I had that since day one. I bought that with the $4 million head start. Didn't even sell it and get a new one. I quite literally had it since day one. It's also the best vehicle a man could ask for. Even when damaged, and you can actively hear your kid just restarting the vehicle as it begins to slowly die out. Which the Hakusho drag doesn't die, it multiplies. Western Power Surge.
Got the briefcase? All right, I got paperwork to do. You know, I miss being an announcer already.
I know some AI roleplay sites that could help with that. So he's just not paying me any. That's fine. I mean, I can still get the money from the bodies, but... Oh, big stack of money. $16. Variety, our favorite topic of conversation. I said this year specifically would be the variety, when I refused to take into consideration that this is also the year where I just settle down. And the car I got from the very beginning of the stream was finally salvaged. And I ended up getting $33,000. Now I can't hear myself think because of the traffic. But anyways, favorite topic of conversation. 2026 being the variety where I go out of my way to play more games. So far, I've played like a couple. One of them being GTA 5. And just because of how late it is, it'll be best for everyone, primarily me, to just stop. I'm going to stop streaming and continue the Taxi War mission lineup series. Even though I was convinced I'd be too invested to see more. In case it wasn't obvious, I'm exhausted. And exhaustion usually comes in the form of my eyes saying, bro, get some sleep. You're a gamer, so it's your eyeballs that tell you that you need sleep. They're the first signs of it. So... I got the hoodie for the same company that I'm trying to take down. The same hoodie that was primarily shown off as evil. Evil! Anyways. Hopefully this was a meaningful 2-hour waste of your life. Bye.